Yo, welcome in. Let's get to slaying here. Don't waste too much time, am I right? Except we need some sound. Woo. Yeah, sorry the intro's so short. I know everybody loves the intro a lot, but I decided to cut it shorter again. What's going on, Trash Darren DMC? Viv, appreciate you, love the legend that you are. And got one last thing to pop up here on my end. Boop, boop. Boom. Chicho, what's going on? Pro Style. Ooh, Eli, what's going on? Mizui. Okay, let's get going. Did I do this? I don't remember. Why does it sound like there's no in-game sound again? Yeah, there's no in-game sound for some reason. Dang it. There's something about something. Here, let me if I close the game and reopen it, then there'll be sound on the game again. Sorry, I don't know why it keeps doing this to me lately, but for some reason, if I reset my computer the next time I play Diablo 2 and I launch the game, then there's no sound and I have to close it and reopen it, and then usually it works. There we go, yeah. Appreciate everybody saying congratulations. Thank you on the DM. Wicked Ball, welcome in. Chandler, Biscuit. A little quiet relative to the music, but I guess it's okay. Okay, appreciate you. Yeah, it's perfect science. Turn it off, turn it back on again, works. True story. Windows 11 pretty bad? Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people do say that. I don't know. Everybody hates everything, but they're probably right. Everyone's probably right to hate everything, to be honest. Ralrune, oh! Okay, maybe not that exciting. Yeah, I was going to stick it with Windows 10, but then my Windows 10 install got corrupted. That's a bad thing. And then, so I ended up just at that point just getting Windows 11. Instead of like eliminating and then reinstalling Windows 10 and everything. If I was redoing everything, I just decided to go to 11. Since they weren't updating Windows 10 anymore. So, I don't know. Right before scheduled maintenance. Well, hopefully the scheduled maintenance doesn't crash my offline single player, am I right? The scheduled maintenance, maybe that's them setting up the 22 Nights of Terror? Back to Corbin. JK, by the way. Oh, online. I missed the first comment there, Smops. Online servers have an issue. Gotcha. Biscuit said, you're still trying to find Tyrell's Might? Hopefully you have better luck than I do. Hopefully you're one of those people that just like, oh man, I guess I should try to find Tyrell's Might. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm hoping for you. Always seem to stream when TZ Andy's up. Yeah, I thought about working on a, I did the short earlier. Tuesday's usually my video day, but I'm doing this new thing to where if I ever, like, I kind of got myself, I don't want to say in trouble, but I stress too much sometimes over, like, oh, today I got to stream. Like, I got to, get this done, and I got to get to stream. And then stressing about having to do this and that because I have to stream today. And then I end up, like, end up causing myself more stress, which makes it like I get less work done essentially. Or like today, for instance, like, oh, today's my video day, I have to have a good idea, and how am I going to implement this idea so that I get good retention on my videos, and how am I going to title this so that I get people to click on it with the right thumbnail, and and I stress over that kind of stuff, or then I look and it's like, oh, maybe I should stream today, but no, it's my video day, but maybe I should stream. Like when I think too much about what I'm trying to do, it causes me to just get less done, and then I end up getting nothing done, and everything ends up worse. So I just seen it was TZ Andy, and there's another alright Terrazone later, and I was like, you know what? I'll just stream. I thought about streaming. I don't want to think about it for another second. Why don't I just do it and get on with my life? And, you know, it's not like I'm doing nothing, you know what I mean? And that's what would end up happening. I'd be stressing about having to do what I had to do instead of, like, actually doing things. If that makes any sense. Can TZ Andy drop Tyraels? Yes. TZ Andy is the best place to find every unique in the game by, like, all the rarest uniques in the game by, like, a factor of, like, 5 or 10. Like, I don't know the exact number, but it is the best place to find all of the rarest uniques in the game. The only thing is there might be an argument for, like, SOJs or something, but Tyraels, D-Web, Griffins, you know, all that kind of stuff. Zach, see Smalls, you know what's up. What's your fireball damage? 1 million. 13,000, a little over that. Ooh, get out of there. Facet, bing bang boom, and a Talzan, unidentified Tal's amulet. You know it is, right? You know this is a Tal's amulet. Oh, I knew it. It just looked like a Tal's amulet. I can't explain it. It just looked like one. All right, I'm talking out of my ass. But 5/5 facet. Hey, another fire one. The last 3 in a row have all been fire. Coincidence. There's been a 5/5, a -5/4, and now another -5/4. Interesting. Interesting. Do I need another Tal's amulet? You know what? I like this graphic better. Why not, huh? The sun's cooler than whatever, the pentagram or whatever that is. Watching as you warm up. Mom, yo! Anyone wondering, Phil's actual mom is Phil's actual mom, by the way. Wallace, welcome in. Finally caught a stream, you say. Appreciate you. Welcome in. First time chatter. Hopefully not the last. But yeah, welcome in. Yeah, there's the last one I found. Pretty similar. Of course, the red fire facets are more powerful than the other colors. It is known. Yeah, the red facets are more powerful for fire, for minus fire. The blue ones are more powerful for cold. It is known. Right? Donna Jordan! Oh. I'm kidding, by the way, obviously, but... Winging it, welcome in. Papa Tater. All these legends. Don't worry about the thumbnail and YouTube stats. You're the most entertained YouTube streamer already? That's, thank you, I suppose. No way that's accurate, though, right? No way that's accurate. But yeah, when it comes to videos, honestly, from the, like, being full-time YouTube for, like, 5 years now, quite literally, the title and the thumbnail is, like, 50% determines how good your video does. Between the title, the thumbnail, and, like, the topic. And I can, because the title and the thumbnail are going to be based around the topic. So the topic is almost combined in those two. So that's what I say. The title and the thumbnail are literally 50% of the views you get on a video. And then the other 50% is, like, the actual video itself. And you can break everything down into sections for that. Like, Rare Shako. Can't believe they even make cold facets in red. I know, right? Blasphemy. Thanks for the congratulations, winging it. Appreciate you. Almost shed a tear. Yeah, I got lost in confusion when I identified it. I didn't know what was going on. I'll be honest. It was too shocking for me to react. For the clip, I had to cut it out because I'm just like, for literally like 2.5 straight minutes. It's almost one of those things that was so long, it like I was trying to find it, and you're gonna find it eventually, right? But when something doesn't happen for so long, you like think it's never going to actually happen, right? Like you just kind of like not like you almost subconsciously like turn off the ability in your brain to like comprehend it happening. I don't even know how to explain it. Sinru, yeah, it happened. It happened. You gotta check out the clip on my YouTube channel. There should be a clip there on Twitch somewhere too, if you want to check it out there too. What's the plan now? Blast and be a legend. My plan is to make a plan. Ethereal? No, but still a cool item. Ooh, 198. Legendary. So Titans are like my preferred for Javazon. That replenished quantity is just clutch. 198 to Titans. Ooh. Hardcore, all perfect items, Ethereal Grail. Matthew P, watching for years, you say. Congrats on the Teals, appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Going on, Fishaholic? Good morning to you as well. Whoopsie. I think what's probably going to happen, honestly, is I don't know exactly what will be my like long-term thing that I do, but I'm going to be mixing in some other stuff probably. Whether it's occasional other games here and there. Speedrun stuff a little bit. I'm not switching to full speedrunner 8 hours a day blasting. Oh wait, I'm 3 seconds behind pace on getting to the jail strat. Reset. You know, I'm not resetting for a month straight when I don't get to the jail quite fast enough or anything like that. Keep farming Nightmare Cows or LK in hell trying to find Skillas. Wallace, I would highly recommend, if you're offline single player, I would highly recommend going to hell difficulty lower Kurast instead of farming Nightmare Cows. Because you can get skillers obviously from LK. I don't know the statistical probability difference between Nightmare Cows and hell lower Kurast. But I do know the statistical probability of getting a job rune in Nightmare Cows. It's 0%. And you can get burrs and lows and all this stuff. And I don't think you can any of those high runes. I don't know what the maxes you can get from Nightmare Cows, but I don't think you can get like burrs from Nightmare Cows, stuff like that. So yeah, I would highly recommend doing LK. If you're on single player, that is. I forgot if I said that at the start. If you're offline single player. And as long as it's not mind-numbing for you. Some people just hate it super much. If you absolutely hate it, then don't do it, of course. But so for that short I uploaded earlier on my channel, I actually did a couple of LK runs just to kind of get some B-roll to put for that. And I was like, you know what? I really don't mind running lower Kurast. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Not to mention, I didn't upload the clip yet. I'm probably going to do it for another short tomorrow. My second lower Kurast run, I hopped out there and I got an rune. I was like, haha, ooh, another facet. Yeah, that's why I love LK. 3-5 poison. Okay, you'd rather have the minus higher than the plus damage, but all right. It's not even green either, so Charcy. Now 5-5 or bust is kind of how it is on facet, so we'll keep it for crafting and stuff. Vex Max and Nightmare Cows, appreciate you. Yeah, whenever we talk about an area, it's always standard, not TZ'd unless specified. Yeah, the thing about LK is it's super easy to, like, I don't know, maybe some people just never worked in factories and stuff before, but I don't know, you kind of get used to it where you just like pop in your headphones and just like go through the motions and you're like watching what's going on, and when something happens you can pay attention to it, but like you're kind of listening and like zoning out, but like in a different world, but doing everything, you know. It's super standard with like working in factories, pushing buttons, pulling parts off of machines, stuff like that. And I guess I kind of, you don't want to do that all like 70 hours a week. It's real bad, but like, you know, running LK, doing that, it's kind of like, once again, I can't think of the right word to describe it, you know, but like, I don't want to, soothing? Soothing's not the right word. Like, what am I thinking? Just like chill. So, just chill. Fishhawk got his first torch on single player. Low rolled barb. Hey, well, there you go. You got a barb one at least. Yeah, Fairy 7 Dragon, I think. How do you pronounce that? But, you got wrecked his mesh the other day from TZ Andy. TZ Andy is crazy. It is crazy. Tech keeping those machine running, yeah. I was plastics extrusion tech for like 5 years at one point in my life. Good and bad, because the only problem is there was only 3 techs on each shift for this entire factory, and yeah, so if one dude on midnights like took a day off, one of us on day shift would have to come in 4 hours early, and the guy in afternoons would have to stay 4 hours later. But yeah, I started at 6:30 in the morning, so do the math there. And I drove an hour one way to work. I'd literally have to get up at like 12:30 to go to work if I had to fill in for somebody. Real dog doo-doo. That was when I was like 25 though, or 23, 24, 25, something like that. And then I went and worked in a steel place. Long story how I got that job, but as a production manager. And then the place like almost went bankrupt, and they laid everybody off, and we only had a couple of jobs. Like I was like overseeing like a half dozen different like machines worth of like people, and then I was just doing like this guy's. I was doing all their jobs because there was only like 1/10 of a day's work on every job all day, every day. And then we got a bunch more work, and as we got more work, I just kept doing it, like getting it done as we got more. And the owner was like, "Hey, I know you're making this much as production manager, but why don't you just keep doing what you've been doing, and I'll give you like some more dollars an hour." Oh, hold up. Good old Death's Feather. Ooh. 17 cold damage. I don't know what I got, though. I don't know what I got. It's not a bad roll, though. So, yeah, he was like pretty much like, how about I pay you 10% more, and you just, instead of having a production manager for this area, you just do all the work that these other 5 guys used to do yourself. I was like, I guess. It's tough. It's tough being the boss over a bunch of drug addicts, too. It's really annoying, in fact. So. Jordan Teague, welcome in. Yo, yo. Marty says LK's torture. Yeah, you're one of those people, huh? It's different people, you know what I'm saying, so. Hunting for 640 Jeffs. I try to find them, BS. 640s and J-mods. The only problem is, like, how do you find those? Blast cows forever. Like, that's probably the fastest way, I guess. And that's, like, boring. If specifically just those 2 magic items that you're looking for, that's probably the best overall way. Jeez, can I get... Okay, got it. That sounds so boring. Used to drive an hour and a half to work, spicy control. Yeah, mine was about an hour one way. That's the most I ever drove when it was like me driving to work with my vehicle. I have had jobs where I worked for a company and I would go to that company's and get a company car.
I am a little late to the party. Congratulations.
Unholy Zombie, yo, thank you for the Slayer ship re-up. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for the congratulations. But yeah, I drove to a place and got a company car and then drove to the factory where they would send me to like do work or whatever. I used to have some jobs when it'd be like 2 or 3 hour drive there and back. But I wouldn't go to the same place for like a year straight, you know. That was like a 3 hour there and 3 hour back. That was only a few times when I would have to do that for like a week. And then be there 8 hours and 3 hours there, 3 hours back, you know, so. Which job was that you have where you were paying more for gas to go to work than you got paid at the actual job? Did I say that happened before, Chicho? I might have been exaggerating. So that job that was an hour away when I first started there, so the job used to be like 20 minutes away. And then they bought a new factory that was much larger to like expand us into. And then it went from 20 minutes away to 50 minutes, or it was like 55 minutes. So that's the one I say it was an hour away. It was like 55 minutes, but an hour away. And I had an F-150 at the time. And that's when, I don't remember what year it was, but remember when gas went up and it was like full, I don't know, everywhere in the country it's different, I guess. But in Michigan at one point it was like $4.35 a gallon, like regularly. That wasn't like one spike for a week or something. Regularly. Another little Titan's Revenge. How's this one gonna be? Not a 4015. Ooh, another 189. Hopping Titans are just cool. They're just cool. They're just cool. They were good in like 2002 and they're still great. I got a bunch though. So yeah, when it was that price and I was getting like 13 miles a gallon and I was driving 60 miles to work and back one way, do the math. That was like 2009 or something like that. After there was 2010. Like you could not get a job anywhere at the time. After the Great Recession, they call it. Yeah. Regular price there in SoCal. Well, yeah. So right now in Michigan, it's like $2.90-ish, I think. It's been bouncing back and forth, the gas prices here in Michigan, between about $2.80 and like $3.20. Like every other week, it's like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But Michigan's got a weird circumstance because you have to drive down and up from the bottom. So it's like a further shipping distance. You can't come in from the sides because of giant lakes, you know? So, yeah, DGen 2013. Maybe. I feel like it was before that, but I don't know. You know. Things not as good as it used to be. Alex the Michigander too. Nice. Kukumachu, appreciate you. Says congrats on the Holy Grail. Appreciate you. Wallace's gas being an Uber driver is expensive. I believe that. But yeah, so the time when I said probably that I was probably slightly exaggerating, but the gas was, I was spending more on gas than to get there. I sold my truck and bought a Focus. Kroger Point's a ripoff. Points at places, it's like if you're gonna go there anyways, I mean, why not? I guess, even though they use it to track you, and then. But anyways, but if you're gonna go there anyways, I mean, I don't know. When you can get 50 cents off a gallon, I mean, no. Only if you're gonna go there anyways, though. I don't personally. I don't ever go to Kroger anymore. I'm better off just going to Aldi and getting everything, because everything's like 25% cheaper at Aldi than it is at other stores. So, Nate, yo, welcome in. See, Wallace says 08 was the time when gas went up to like 4 something. See, that's what I thought, but yeah, I honestly don't remember. So it's definitely not anything no hill I'll die on, but I thought it was something more like 08, 9. 50s, 49s, okay. Not 50s though. You find enough of those. Not gonna worry about it. Prometheus. I did actually. Yeah. I did. Are some types of sunders more likely to drop? I think kind of yes. So what I remember hearing is that thunder charms are more likely. I can never find this written anywhere again, but I remember during a dev talk or whatever when sunders were coming out, they said what's going on here? Thunder charms are more likely to drop off of a monster that is immune to that type of element. So because of that, there's way less physical immunes and magic immunes than there are anything else. So those ones are less likely to find. But I could never find that ever again written anywhere, and I can't find the post or anything. So this is all just from here. Maybe I remember wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that. Let's see, D-Jump bought a 1500 Hemi in 12, sold it 3 months later after I realized how much it would be to pay gas. Nice. Yeah, I got that truck in like 06. Drove it for a few years and it was like, ugh. Gas was like $1.75 when I got it or something. So the very first truck I had, and when I got rid of it, I was cleaning it out before I got rid of it or whatever. And I looked in for some reason I kept the receipt the very first time I went and got gas, and it was like $1.35. Is that truck it was like a Ranger or something, a little Ranger. That truck, because when I first got it and I first started driving, I didn't know what I really, what do you do, right? And I had gotten that truck from my dad, and he used to, every time he'd get gas, he would write down his mileage. He would write how much gas he got, how much it was, notebook or something. And then when I got gas the first time, I seen that book, and I was like, is this what I'm supposed to do? So I saved a couple of the receipts at first. I was going to do that, and I never did, but I still had the receipts like stuck in some things, so my dad was all about doing that stuff, right? Writing it, spreadsheeting everything, writing things down, organizing everything. He was all about it. Me, not so much. William, welcome in. Appreciate you, Fuchis. Appreciate you. A dev stream for D2 Ancient History. This is true. This is true. Appreciate you. Thanks, Prometheus. Dublin Newton. Have a good one. Appreciate you. You too. Marty, you said you used to steal gas that was 99 cents because there was too much money. Yeah, it is funny you hear. I didn't think you were that old, Marty. I thought you were younger than me. I forget now. But anyways, it is funny hearing older people like when they're, how everyone lost their minds when the first time gas went over $1 a gallon, or like when gas touched $0.25 a gallon, that people were super outraged and stuff. We gotta have legislation for the price gouging here when gas got to $0.25. We're hearing stories from the older people about that kind of stuff. Ogriax, let's go! Oh, look at those corpse explosion charges. Oh, how did I not see the best item there, probably? I was too busy paying attention to the Ogre. It's the rarest item there, I should say. The rarest item. I know you guys thought I was going to miss it, but there's no way I would have. You want to make that Hydra Paladin? I don't really know how these roll, but I don't think it matters because you don't ever use that anywhere. But it is kind of rare. A little bit rare, huh? Character did you finish the Grail on? It was this one right here, Mchu. But I was doing TZ Mephisto. You gents, your wife used to write down the mileage and the gas price, everything, till a year and a half ago. Interesting. Yeah, right, DJ. And you can just look up the historical gas prices. That was like back in the day, like, you know how people would get those, what were those guns that would, like those labeler guns? You know, and you could, like, date everything. Stuff like that, or... Yeah. And I play Valkyrie while leveling as explosive arrow Amazon. You can use Valkyrie if you want to, yeah. Usually a lot of the max roll, like mostly when you find guides, they're going to be more like after you're already a certain level and you can use a respec from a Kara or a token, and then you go into like putting your points here and there. But a lot of times they probably recommend not to use it because it takes so many points to like get down to it that they would just recommend you not really play that way, which I don't fully disagree with, but everyone can do whatever they want. There's nothing inherently wrong with using Valkyrie. I used to, like, back in the day, like in like 03 and stuff, but Chicho says $1.50 for a liter. Yeah, isn't there like, what is there, 2.5 liters in a gallon or something? I think. I don't really know for sure. You'd have to Google that, but oh wait, is there 2 liters in a gallon? Why don't you guys measure? I don't know. I know there's 2.5 fists in a half gallon, so, but I don't know. Makes sense, right? A way to force terror zones in single player? There's a couple of ways. You can just manually go in and change your clock on your computer, and then there's a way to go in and change some of the text files in D2R. You can just look up, there's different guides on it. I think Llama did a guide about how to get... He did an experiment when he just ran TZ Andy 24, like, non-stop until he did a Holy Grail. You play... Oh, so you're doing a solo playthrough, but on P8? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't usually do that, so I wouldn't have the best advice for you, but yeah, you can definitely... You can go down to Valk if you want to, no big deal. Okay, can I get a fireball through here to take Andy out? Thank you. Ooh, little Corona. Griswold's Valor. Couple sockets. Pretty rare item since it's a elite base like that. Oh. 2.2 liters per gallon. Gotcha. So $1.50 a liter would be like $3.20 or 30 or something, I guess. I'm not doing the full math, but no legit way. You're not supposed to know, Alex. No. Mchu. So whether a monster can drop the item you said there, Griffins, depends on the level of the terror zone, which is determined by the level of the character that created the game. So right here, you see this is level 96. So if you're a level 94 character or higher, the terror zone will be level 96, and I'm 99 here, so that's, but 96 is the max. The terror zone is 2 levels higher than your character level. A Griffin's is a level 82 item, I think. 84? 82? I don't remember. You have to look up the item level of Griffin's Eye, and then you need the terror zone to be that level. And if the terror zone is that level, then every single monster in that terror zone has a chance to drop your Griffin's Eye. The regular white monsters, the chance of them dropping a Griffin's Eye is incredibly small. It'll end up being like 1 in 9 million or something. 1 in 30 million or something. But the elites and the champions and stuff like that will be much higher. Huh. Everyone's saying something different. Someone said 4 liters is just over a gallon. Someone said 2.2 liters per gallon. Someone said... Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I'm not going to Google it either. I'm just going to keep saying every number that everybody says. There's something like 19 liters in a gallon, I think. Maybe something like that. It's like 6 or 7 liters per gallon, something like that. I don't know, like 6, 7, I don't know. Hey-oh, I'm a kid. Look at this. I'm in on the jokes, too. I know the jokes. 35 life lightning skiller. How much it's worth? No idea. Trade values constantly change for stuff. While... and I don't play online exclusively and do a ton of trading nowadays, so I can't answer that one for you. Probably at least a few high runes. That's I can say that with confidence. Well, I said not a big fan of the max roll guides. I've looked at some of them once in a while. Sometimes I'll double check, like, to make sure I remember stuff right. But yeah, a lot of times I like their end game ones are like 2 end game, and they're so yeah. It's technically the best possible thing, but it's like, can 99.9% of people get 3 to traps, 3 to lightning sentry, 3 to death sentry, 3 to firebomb claws with 40 increased attack speed and 2 open sockets, and get 2 of them? It's like, someone says 3.86 liters, 3.2 liters, 67 liters, 6 or 7 liters in a gallon. Man, nobody even knows how many liters in a gallon. Good old elder staff. There's one person out there who's telling the truth, and they're like, guys, seriously, no, it's this many. And everyone's just like, I don't know, like 9, 6 or 7. Telefrag, appreciate you. Thank you. Ray says, yeah, Ray stuff here. A liter's just a little bit bigger than a quart. Are there 4 quarts in a gallon, I think? Right? I don't even know how many quarts are in a gallon, so I can figure out how many liters in a gallon, I guess. Oh, what's going on here? Sunday. Surprise, surprise. I don't really care that much. I'm just like, I'm completely trolling right now, by the way. Completely trolling. Jock. It's just how they decided to do their guides and stuff. Nothing wrong with that, but everyone's opinion on what's obtainable is different. So, and they do have if you go down a little bit lower, they do have different tabs that'll on max roll that'll say like budget. I don't remember how they're labeled, but there's like an MF variant, survivability variant, budget variant, end game variant. I don't know. I mean, even sometimes I get attacked because people will be like, what, you're using that? Like, that's not even the best possible thing you can have for the weapon. Duh. You should use this and this. And then they just name off whatever they saw in Llama's video that he made or something, which might be more damage. But like I said, like sometimes when I play Assassin and I make Assassin builds, I want to use Assassin gear. So I don't use like, I don't know. Exactly, Oz. Exactly. WWY, WSPF, TM. Exactly. Shoot, what did those letters... What would you want, Sweet Phil, from the... materials? Oh, what would you... Sweet Phil found materials... Oh, where were you when Sweet Phil found materials might? Exactly. I didn't remember what those stood for. That was a joke we were making the other day. That's funny. It's funny, I guess. Okay, you know what? I think I've drank too much coffee today. I know, blasphemy, right? But yeah, Jock, that's pretty much what I do too. Because I Google something and it pops up with max roll. I'm like, I guess I can trust these guys, and I, you know, go to their thing just to make sure I remember, like, you know, the whole deadly strike and crushing blow thing with kicks in and stuff, and like what works and what doesn't, and like, yeah, like stuff like that. Trading in chat, I would really prefer you did, to be honest. All of a sudden lately, I've been having like every single day people asking me to like post their trades in chat and stuff, and that's not really, I don't know. I don't really want my chat to devolve into just like people spamming their trades, you know what I mean? Do I have a 50 cal? That is a weird question. You're right, that is a weird question, Wallace. Is crushing blow 100% bad? No, crushing, usually you always want to have crushing blow and deadly strike on melee characters and stuff. Crushing blow will chop out a percentage of the monster's life, which is usually more than your regular attack. And then deadly strike is double damage for that hit. So no, I mean, usually you want to have both of them. I don't really ever remember instances where you would not want to have, well, except for kicks in. Deadly strike doesn't work for kicks ins. So, how long till reset? No idea. I have a howitzer. I don't remember what that is. Isn't that the thing that shoots like giant artillery shells that are like... I'm not a military weapons expert, so... Good old man catcher. Yeah, whatever, we won't worry about it. We will not worry about it. Ogre Maul, Soul Rune. Chicho saying crushing blow actually gets added on top of all regular damage, including all boosters like crush, deadly strike. Gotcha. Okay. It's always good, pretty much. 12.5% health, something like that, yeah. Something like that. So yeah, especially against large, like, act bosses, uber bosses, declone, that's way more damage than the melee character will usually ever do, so. Ooh, a little Halbert's Rain. Pretty rare one. Not used all that paid, but 2 to barb skills. If you had more battle orders, it'd be a lot of battle order skills. No, this is kind of rare. Just kind of a rare elite. Class specific. Really. What am I going to play after completing the Grail? You mean now that I've completed the Grail? Diablo 2? I'll probably do a little bit of variety. I don't know. I may. I was thinking about actually. I didn't do it when it launched, but maybe looking into a lot of essences there. Huh? The Oblivion remake. Because I was thinking about playing in Elder Scrolls, and I was like, they did just remake Oblivion, and it looks pretty sick. Like, it's what Oblivion made in Skyrim graphics, so definitely not hardcore for sure. But definitely not. Java's on best for Ubers now. I don't believe so, Alex. I mean, you can do it, I think, but I definitely do not think it's anywhere near the best. I mean, Smiter's probably still the best. I mean, Mosaic technically, I guess, but let's not talk about that. Huh. Good old war boots, 188. Damn, don't worry about that. Saw the YouTube video about completing the Grail, Ryan says. Congrats. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you think D2GSP is outdated? Seems like less and less people using it anymore. I mean, there's less and less people playing D2R online anymore, to be honest. Diablo 2 is getting pretty old. Long in the tooth, they say. D2R's even been out for quite a while now. I haven't looked at JSP in a long time, so I don't even know. But usually, like, after the first month of a season, there's hardly anybody on JSP, really. Looks like there's about the number of people that there always is on there this time of year. If they put out that 22 Nights of Terror, the count on there will probably pop up, and on any of the trading sites, really. And the user base numbers. It's just how it goes. When you have seasons in games, it's like this, you know. So, like this. I don't know if you can tell by the angle my hand was relative to the camera there, what I was doing, but. Can't wait for Black Friday sales event. Black Fridays are... Oh, you're talking about the gold selling thing on 22 Nights of Terror. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of that, to be perfectly honest. I hate shopping. I hate just sitting there clicking, like staring at the same screen forever. Click, 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 click. Hand going numb. Click, 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 click. No thinking. Just click, 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 click. Good old Bartek. Cut throat. I don't know. It just seems so much worse than actually playing the game, in my opinion. Consider challenge runs in D2? I don't know. Like, obviously I wasn't the first one to invent Holy Grail or anything, but I feel like everybody just does this, like, I played Diablo 2, but I beat the game by only clicking the left mouse button challenge. And it's like, okay, well, isn't this crazy? I don't know, I just don't. Don't know if that's my thing. Yeah, if anything, yeah, I would do like playthroughs with different builds that I just want to do or something. I don't know. I did some of that stuff in the past, like before it was like the new hotness or whatever, but I got that naked hardcore druid playthrough that I never finished. No gear playthrough. I was the first. No, I wasn't the first, but it's one of those things too, especially if I make videos around it, like it's kind of like how I talk about, people will ask me to play like PD2, or I don't know how to explain it. If there's stuff that I don't like, it's hard for me to make videos around it. Like maybe crocheting videos perform great and people love watching them, but I can't make crocheting YouTube videos. I don't like it. I wouldn't understand why it's popular. I just don't get it. And that's kind of the same thing with these playthrough challenges. I don't get why these hour-and-a-half videos of people talking about how they found like a flawed skull and they put it in their helmet and they talk about for like 3 minutes about how that was a big help to them. I don't know why that's like, you know, I don't get the video type of why it's successful. So I can't do that and make those type of videos to where it would be successful. So I can't, you know, it's just not something I can do, I don't think. even if I wanted to. But the reason I can't do it also is because I don't want to. If you get what I'm saying. Biv, 0% chance I'm going to do that. Definitely not gambling for Chero's Might. Classic Grail. That did cross my mind. Because with the Classic Grail, there's so few, so fewer of items. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before either. I mean, I'd almost be kind of surprised, I guess, if someone hasn't, because there's so many people out there. Like, someone probably started doing that already, but I don't know. If nobody's done it before, I'm more likely to do it. I'll be honest with that one. Why put your time into it when your heart ain't into it? Well, I'm going to be honest. If I could make one video and it took me like, you know, a week to play through the game and make the video, and I could make like $40,000, I would just effing do it. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to sound like a sellout, but if I could make 40 grand a week, I would do it. Even if I didn't want to. I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but I would do it. Little war boots. Yeah. That's why I have my OnlyFans page. Whiskey hardcore playthrough. Yeah. Every act I have to take a shot. Every time. Well, no, I was going to say every time I die, but that won't work because hardcore you only die one time. I don't know about that. I don't want to. I used to do things like that occasionally where I would, while I was playing through the game. Hold up. Good old Ravenlore. What do these roll? Is this a really good roll? Because doesn't the minus res? I don't remember. Let me know how good this is, everybody, because I don't know for sure. Is it good or bad? I can't tell. Either way, Ravenlore is actually a good item, along with a good old Flame Bellow too, huh? It rolls 220, so that's like a perfect minus res on there. That might be the best one I ever found. I thought so, but I didn't remember for sure. Thor. The res is okay. Yeah. I thought the minus res was 20, but I don't know why I thought that, because how would I even remember that? I don't know, but all right. Oh boy. Good Ravenlore right there. I'm happy with that. Kill everything in the pits or just zoom the elites? So, the legend. The only time I only snipe the elites is if I'm a barbarian, like a berserk barb, or sometimes with like a throw barb, or I'll like half snipe the elites with a singer. Any other character I take out most of the monsters. Never all, but I'll aim for 90, 92, 95% of the monsters with other characters, you know. So mostly all, yes. Res goes to 25. Gotcha, Wallace. So the minus res, like you said there, yeah, like you said, is probably more important, right? Easy Andy right now in the Sorc. No Storm Shield. You'll be all right. There's 1 minute left, so you better hurry up. Never mind. There was 1 second left when I said that, actually. Good old Cold Plains. Let's go! In the cave. Maybe we'll hit that with our traps in here now, huh? Ooh. Might die, also might not. Can't argue with that logic, yeah. Is there any other options, really? Yeah, throw barb is pretty dang good for sure. Throw barb is pretty dang good. Why not? Why not? Oh wait, do I have a sick Bishy Bosh map? Ooh, the cave is right here. Oh my gosh. Where's my Bish at? I was hoping it was like right there. I feel like was it straight across maybe? I think it was. I think it's like right here or right here on the map. Oh no, I must be thinking of my... Oh, that was my Javazon where it was straight across like that. Or no, that was my Sorceress before. Never mind. I don't know anything of what I'm talking about. I might just hit the cave. Pretty much run it like the pits or something. Monsters are so easy out here, though. This is a 95? Yeah, 95. So I'm almost 96. If I wanted to, I could probably get the 96 today. Wallace says you hear my voice every time you see an ogre item. See, that's called good branding right there. That's called good branding. Better to be remembered for something bad and annoying than it is to not be remembered at all. So Bishibosh is up there. I think I'm thinking too hard about trying to min-max my speed here. Oh, almost missed that J-mod. Come on. That Umrune. That's the Umrune I found earlier when I was filming that video. Winston Churchill said that? No, I think that was Gandhi, actually. Self-Infinity Trapsin. Yep, exactly. Pretty good. I mean, P7 max level Terra Zone. This is an easier area, of course, so. I'm not really trying too hard, but you can go faster if you really try harder. Blood Eater. No one can find ethereal sacred armors more than Phil. I guess so. Yeah, I'm an expert, I suppose, huh? Oh no. Paparino. 2 Tyraels. Can't get a Templar, so. The struggle's real. I would say I feel bad for you, but I don't. Yeah, just RNG. Kind of funny. Those guys. See, a lot of these, I think all these monsters are like inherently immune to lightning, so they all die a little bit slower in here. Well, this isn't exactly as good of an area as the pits, but it's terrorized. Why not, you know? Where are we here? Forget those monsters. 2 here, 3 there. How you have better magic item? Don't know. Just do, I guess. F Templars, 2800 defense. You think it'd be worth a pull? Probably not. I don't know if anybody would, you know, if there's any desire to have it at all for most people. Could be wrong though. Definitely not a online trading expert. Dip out of here. Oh, the defense would be higher with a pull. Oh, I missed on. Yeah, maybe I did not read so good. Jeezy, I did see that. Absolute lunacy. 44-year-old grandfather. 44-year-old grandpa, literally trying out for the Colts to be the quarterback. Philip Rivers, get out of here. He hasn't played for like 5 years. He's literally has grandkids. I think he has one grandkid, but still. I'm going to use the plural to make it sound worse. How could that possibly happen? No, what they need to do is they need to get Joe Flacco back, huh? That's what they need to do. Merc struggles against meth, FCB treachery. I would say you probably don't need a mercenary. If your mercenary doesn't survive against Andario, just moat trick Mephisto and don't worry about, just let the mercenary be dead and gone. And see, even right there, my mercenary almost died with the Andario's Treacherous Fortitude Insight, like Ethereal Insight. So sometimes that just they just get beat up. But honestly, when I run Mephisto, unless I have perfect gear and I'm like stepping up face tanking Mephisto, I don't even bother about having a mercenary, to be honest. I just don't use one. Takes so much time though. Okay, well, you can spend 50k resurrecting your mercenary every single run, or really the moat tricking doesn't really take that much time, in my opinion. I guess in your opinion it is, but in my opinion it's not that long. Blizzard Sorc dealing with cold immunes. Yeah, use teleport and just teleport past everything that's cold immune. Realistically, if you're using Blizzard, there are only a couple of instances where you have to worry about that. It's like the seal bosses in the Cast Sanctuary and Ancients, and that's it. Everything else in the whole game that can be immune to cold, you just teleport past it. Maybe Bale Waves, I guess. But then you can just lure them out of the room, so. Oh boy. I didn't come up here, but it is. Whoa! Archers, everybody. Bad weather heading my way. It was snowing earlier. We got about 2 inches, maybe, but. Nova Infinity? Best base, I don't know. A lot of people go with a Scythe, a Skithy, but other people say other things. It's all up to you, I guess. I don't think it really matters much. As long as it's a low strength base. Fine. Jeez. Man, all the champs are up over here, but they're hard to take out. They're all immune to lightning. These guys are regularly immune to lightning. Almost, I need to get those fire bombs back for down here, huh? Since everything's immune to lightning, that way I can take them out faster. Also, getting rid of amp damage would be great too. I appreciate you, Joe. My first emotion when seeing the, I don't know, just like, whoa, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna try to answer that one. But Horayo, can't decide on my first offline in an elite base, so I can swap it to Merc or in a Skithy or Brady. I would do it in an elite base, because then you can use it on your mercenary for your assassin, you can use it on your mercenary for your sorceress, all the different sorceress builds. You can use it on if you do a fire or cold boa, if you use it on Lightning Fury Javazon, the infinity on that, you know, like all the mercenaries, you know. A self infinity you can use on sorceress, and I guess if you decide to do this build right here, and this is, that's it. It's Nova Sorc and then this, and that's like it. So, and you can always, if you want to, and I did this for a while, I made mine in a man catcher, and I used that man catcher. I self-wielded that man catcher for like a couple of years before I decided to make another Infinity, so. I would, 10 out of 10 times, I would say make it in the Elite base first for your Mercenary. Unless, like I said, if you're online and you're playing a Nova Sorceress and that's the only character you're ever going to play, then sure, but. Ty, yeah, I'll decide in the future here, not 100% sure. Definitely stuff. William says the Scythe looks coolest, but everyone used Thresher. I mean, the Scythe and the Thresher look the same. Maybe you got the base names mixed up. Because they're the exact same graphic. They're just different levels, so. Aaron, distracting you at work. Ooh, appreciate it. Or, glad I could help, I suppose. I need another drink of water. I'm going to keep blasting until I find an Ethereal Teal Smite. Yep, that's the new challenge. I keep forgetting to drop this stuff off at the cube. Ultra, yeah, it's the mega ultra rare. True story. That's when I'm gonna be the true GOAT right there when I find that. Citizen Punks, best of luck on going after Bale there. Man, I gotta get these all cubed up. Gotta start working on that. It's so close to God tier. Obviously, like a 3/320 would be nasty. Still good though, but not quite mega godly, but still good. Still good. Trying to think. Yeah, I probably don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep it. Trash. 3/320. Still garbage. Would never use it. Close. Oh man, I've been hitting the gym so hard lately. I actually had to skip the gym today because my entire body, I have no muscle group that's not incredibly tired and sore right now. I was like, I can't even do cardio because my legs are too tired and sore. My chest is still sore from like 2 days ago. I just like roasted the full day yesterday at the gym, my back and stuff, so. Oof. Uh-oh, that's gonna be a problem. Hello. Poor old man Phil, I know, right? I was sick for like a month straight, and then I lost all of my... what do you even call it? I don't know. Do you know how when you first start working out, you get so crazy sore, and then after like a few weeks, usually a few weeks it should be, you don't get as sore anymore? You get like normal sore to where you can recover and work out again like a couple of days later? But no, I got that to where it was only like 2 or 3 days I was sore for, and then I could get back to working out. But now it's literally like a week. Like a full week again. Sucks. I just can't get back into it. Is it worth opening chest behind meth every time? One time I got a burn out of there. A lot of times I did not. So is it worth it? I would say a majority of the time I get nothing out of there. So I honestly, I don't run meth a ton anymore, to be honest. But when I do, I don't go hit that chest anymore usually. I actually just barely get past the moat, and I blast Mephisto from a distance, and I can see the items fall like up here, and then I telekinesis the portal and try to dip out as fast as I can. That's like how I run it now, but teach their own. Some people swear by it, some people don't. So. Uh-oh. Woo! Holy moly. These archers are no joke. Oh my gosh. They nuked my Merc and almost me in sub 1 second. That's crazy. Let's get him around the corner, huh? Oh, it's not hitting him. How about this way? Got him. Got him. Ah, got you good, lady. Woo! Brendan said he got a crazy lightning skiller for there, so he's got a soft spot for it. Yeah, no, I get that for sure. I get that. Yeah, the one time that... So I got the burn out of there that one time. It was like... It was back in LOD, and it was like 2 days before ladder reset. Of course it was. So it was like worthless. Couldn't do anything with it. Whoa! This one's, it's always funny when they have so much stuff in them. Like, where was all this stuff inside this little chest? And it, like, shoots around the corner of the cave and out this way because there's so many items. Lightning enchanted? Great. Good thing I was tossing some fire bombs. Good thing I made that video today about, finding hidden items, huh? Yeah, Mary Poppins chest. Ooh. Did I find Tyromite number 3 yet? Not yet. Still working on it. 1 second, I gotta do a little stretch. Oh man, I did a push day, so I was bench pressing and doing a couple different fly variations. Woo! Ah! It hurts. Woo! Woo! Oh man. That's how you know you got it good though, right? That's how you know you didn't waste your time at the gym. Flying makes your arms too tired. I was expecting something today. I have to run upstairs super quick. I think I heard my doorbell. I heard nothing. I'm sorry. I completely imagined it. What's wrong with the doorbell? What's wrong with the doorbell? exhausted now, though. Mr. Jiggle said he's never wastes his time when he's at the gym because he just doesn't go. Yeah, I mean, that is an option. Soul. No, there's no one there. I completely fabricated it. I guess. Fred, yo! What's going on, Fred? Welcome in. Good to see you. No one knocks or rings in Michigan unless you have... Oh, that's just in general in the whole world. Nobody goes to somebody else's house anymore. Literally, if you hear a knock or a ring, you're like, oh, great. And it's someone like, are you happy with your internet service provider? Because I'm here from blah, 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 and we would like, you know, we can offer you this. And it's like, oh, shut up, go away.
Bulgarian less than 49 Stillingers through Super Chat. Smash that like for fly Phil Yalsters PMTM raising hands light skin tone.
Nice. DPO! Thank you for the 449 Bulgarian monies, I think it said. I don't remember. But appreciate you. Oh my gosh, Merc nuked again. Appreciate you. Hand raised light skin tone. You go get my guy. Man, my Merc's getting wrecked down here. Good spot for a fireballer. Stony Tombs is kind of like the go-to. And Dariel has a significantly lower fire res than anything else. So yeah. Amp damage archers is no joke. Yeah. True story. Fred's activating the work and lurk mode. Legendary. No, I didn't actually find a second Tails Might. They were joking. They were joking. It would be legendary if I found... I really want to find another Tails Might right now because, like, the clip would be just great. Stony Tombs and Andy, those are like the most go-toist, yeah. Those are the most go-toist. If you don't have like the best possible gear in the game, you can head out there. There's no fire immunes in the Stony Tombs. So yeah. Zod materials? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't have enough S's or G's. Where are some monsters, bro? Come on. I guess these 5. Jam it. That one's more likely. But probably not still, though, because isn't there like 5 rune words that use a cham? I was tempted. Oh yeah, that's what I was tempted to do. Make every rune word. Because then I could complete the Holy Grail where I found every rune, every unique item, every set item, and then make every rune word. And I don't know that they would be that hard. Because there's 2 Zod rune words, and I have 2 Zods. So that shouldn't be too hard to do. I think I have a Last Wish already. That's a toughie. But I probably need like 3 more Jaw runes, to be honest, or something like that. I don't know how many Cham rune words there are, but I've made one of them already. And I have at least 1 or 2. I think I have 2 Cham runes right now. So I may need a couple of Chams, which would be a little bit on the tough side, but I have not made Faith, no. But I have a couple of Jaw runes. After this, you know what? After this run, let's go check out what runes I have right now. Why not? I hit the wrong button. There's 6 Cham rune words? Ooh, that could be a problem, Moss. That could be a problem. First of all, let's see what rune words I have. I only have a couple of rune word mules. So I have, not obedience. I have a pride I made. I have obedience, of course. I mean, all this stuff. Unbending will. Ooh, that's a toughie. Couple lawbringers. Last wish. I mean, a single player last wish is kind of Giga Chad, right? Didn't roll very good if I remember correctly, but smoke. What else we got? Anything cool over here? Not really, not really. But the last wish there and the pride are like our big ones out of the way already. Obviously, I have Enigma, Infinity, Fortitude, Chains of Honor. I got Phoenix. I got a Beast right here. Bramble is a kind of big one, I guess. Let's see. I don't really have any other. So those ones, Chains of Honor again. I got a couple Chains of Honor, I guess, but so I kind of got a lot to go. But yeah, any of the ones that are lower, like Prudence, Maltier. I mean, I have 75 Mal runes, so. Or if I, I don't have a Malice, like I'll make a Malice, like. You don't have a Leaf Staff. Okay, well, I'll make one, I guess. Oh, Big Rocks. There we go. Ooh, I don't have as many Jaws as I thought I did. Where'd all my runes go, bruh? I thought I had more Jaws. I used them all on that last wish, I guess. I wonder if I concentrated on trying to find runes, how long it would take. Dang, dude, I only have one Cham and one Jaw. So I would need like 4 more Chams. Because there's six Cham rune words. And I have one. And I have one Cham and one Cham rune word made. Rune word. So I need 4 more Chams and like, I don't even know how many Jaws, because Jaws in a lot of different things. Probably like 4 more Jaws too, huh? At least, if not more. Man. Interesting. I'd have to look into that one day. I wonder if that... See, the thing is my Holy Grail program is on my other hard drive that I don't have plugged into my computer right now. It's been that long that I was searching for only Tyrell's Might. I didn't even, like, transfer over my Holy Grail from my other computer to this one. But, I mean, all I needed was Tyrell's Might, so... Zod. Cham. I feel like I had more Chams in this. Where did they go? There's no way I've only found... Because I put 1 Cham into an Ariat, and I made Pride. I've only found 3 Chams, and I've found 2 Zods. That sounds surprising. I know I've found, like, 4 or 5... Yeah, I thought it was more than that. Oh, well. Oh, well. Did you make Metamorphosis? I think so? I feel like that would just be on my Druid, not on my Rune Word Mule. Maybe I didn't. No, I guess not. What does Does Metamorphosis have? That has a Cham in it too? Gross. I have this. That's pretty good. That's disappointing. Yeah, speaking of while I'm here, that Raven Lore is an upgrade. Got the same res too, but higher minus res. Lower defense though, Charcy. Let's toss that one out. I'll socket this up. I got these socket quests I need to start using. Maybe at the end of stream today or something I'll use the socket quests on things that I need to socket while y'all are here. I don't know. Any builds I haven't tried yet? Oh yeah, there's tons of builds I haven't tried yet. There's so many builds in Diablo 2 that like to actually like play them any significant amount to get like it would take like I haven't had enough time pretty much. But I will be honest, the last little bit of trying to find Tyrell's Might, I was kind of steering clear of suboptimal builds a little bit in order to try to kill monsters faster in order to be more likely to find Hero's Might. So Last Wish uses 3 jaws. Yeah, I already made Last Wish, and I already made Phoenix. So is Phoenix just 1 jaw, or Vex low jaw? Yeah. So I made Phoenix and I made Last Wish already. So rip Ravenlore. I didn't want that. That one I threw out because on single player. Are you really going to keep 5 Ravenlores? You know, like, yeah. Okay, let's slap with the Assassin a little bit more here. From Terror Zones mainly. I mean, I don't know. Most of them probably were from just normal, like, pits or Chaos Sanctuary or something. Not necessarily from Terror Zones, no. Let me go take Vishiba shot here. I just remembered something I had been meaning to look up, and I haven't looked up in a long time when I had been meaning to. Like, I want to look up the drop odds of, like, a jaw rune from a regular monster in a regular area relative to a monster in a Terror Zone and see if there's a difference. Because sometimes certain things, like, you would think there's a difference, but there's not. Or sometimes there is, but it's small. Or sometimes when you don't think there's a difference, it'll be huge. Like, because of some, like, weird stuff. Let me see what the drop odds calculators say anyways. Go drop odds calculator. Let's just go. Let's just set it up the way that if we were Magic Find's not going to affect it, but just because we'll put it on there. We'll go no Terror Zone from a regular monster in Hell difficulty. Rune. We're gonna go with Jaw. What are the odds of a Jaw? So the thing is for most monsters, obviously Race, Ghosts, and stuff, Wisps have a better chance. And then Cows, you see, is a little bit higher. But every other monster is going to be 1 in 429,000. Like all of them. So we're just going to look at that, 429. Wretched Defilers. And then I'm going to switch it to a level... Well, let's do a level 80 Terror Zone, and then... so it's 1 in 429. Let's see. We'll call it... yeah, 429. We'll just go with the first number. So yeah, it doesn't change. Level 96. It doesn't change. So see, runes are unaffected by Terror Zones, according to drop odds calculators. You know what's very interesting too? So yeah, if anybody wonders, if you're trying to find runes, Terror Zones don't matter. I thought this was the case, but I wanted to pull it up on here to double check that I was right. If it's too low. What's the lowest level a Terror Zone can be in Hell difficulty? No, because in Hell difficulty, okay, if you're in a normal difficulty Terror Zone, I guess, Hokey. But I thought everybody understood that you can only find the highest runes in Hell difficulty. But sometimes people, I know you're half troll and half being serious, I guess. But is it? I wonder what the lowest level in Hell difficulty is. It 73 or something? So yeah, even the level of the Terror Zone doesn't affect it, as long as it's high enough to drop the item. Oh yeah, but this is very interesting. So for the probability, I just found this out recently. And don't tell anybody about this, okay? It's top secret between you and my community. See how this is the Race, the Wisps, the Ghosts, Finger Mages? They have that higher rune drop chance, and this is for a Jaw rune. And then we scroll down. Cows has a higher chance, and then all the other monsters are the same after that. Watch when I go to Burr rune. I don't know why this is either. Watch when I go to Burr, which is the next rune, the rune just under a Jaw in Hell difficulty. You know, they have this chance, but watch the monster type here. Watch this. Quill Rats. have an elevated rune drop chance. Quail rats have a higher drop chance than hell bovine for burr runes. Let's check out a Vex. Quail rats are between ghosts and hell bovine. So for some reason, according to the drop odds calculators, quail rats have an elevated rune drop chance for runes up to burr. So they're pretty much like LK super chests? I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I actually made a video a few years back and talked about that, and then I went and looked it up like recently, and I was like, wait a second, why? I thought they had the elevated rune drop chance. I was looking up like Jaw or something. And I was like, how they do? What's going on here? What's going on? What's going on? And I looked up a different rune and I was like, wait a second. And then I found the cutoff. It's at burr rune for some reason. I don't know. Why is this? I don't know. Isn't that weird? Interesting, huh? Quail rat mighted, aura enchanted, fanaticized, multi-shot, cursed quail rat farming it is. Probably I would still recommend don't farm them, but Jaws can't drop from Act 1 Quail Rats normally, maybe. Well, Quill Rats, all the different variants of Quill Rats, like there's the quote-unquote Quill Rats in Act 5. Aren't they called like Horny Beasts or something? Or Thorny Beasts or something? I don't remember. In what area they're called what, I can't recall, but they're in all different acts, really. They're not in every act, but they're in like a couple of them. And I know they're in Act 5. So. No, I don't know. Fastest. Whoa! My gosh, this guy does not stay alive. Fastest way to get socket quests. Sorc, what build? Yeah, I mean, technically, you want to take advantage of every opportunity to do it as fast as you can. Probably transfer gear over. Use a sorceress. Yeah. Okay, let's get the Merc back before I get nuked here. Almost got that level. Strategically use your players count. Level up as fast as you can. Teleport through the whole game type of thing. Biv! The true MVP. You ain't kidding, huh? This guy. Yeah, he's actually a bot, if you guys didn't know that. It's the new AI. It's called Sweet Phil AI. It's what I use to program Biv to do all this stuff for me. True story. None of that's made up at all, by the way. All true. All factual. If anything I just said there was made up, I'll quit YouTube forever. Smolp says 22 Nights of Terror confirmed. They just made a post about it, I'm guessing. Huh. Good to know. D-Jim says wishes they did it for single player too. Any of you guys that looked at it yet, do they have a list of when they're gonna be? Or they don't do that, do they? They don't pre-tell you what they're gonna be, do they? 22 Nights of Terror holiday event. December 16th at 11 a.m. Wait, what? It starts at 11 a.m.? So what is that going to be? 11, 9, 8? That's 7 o'clock in the... That's got to be Pacific, right? Because they go... Oh, yeah, PST. So it starts at 11, 10, 9... It starts at 8 a.m. in the East Coast of the United States. What? That's odd. Powerful loot and dash of terror await you in Sanctuary this holiday. Go forth in glory! Rise and grind. Yeah, right. What day is that of the week? It's on a Tuesday. So I literally can't play when it launches because I have to get my kid up for school. Sweet. It might also be for China. For China? Oh, is it the other way? So it would be 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Oh. I think I had it backwards. Never mind. Where was I here? A heartwarming experience. Terror zones grant an additional 25 experience. There's no way they're only doing these 3, right? Yeah, they are only online, but this year, instead of having buffs that rotate through the event, these will be activate at all times during the 20 Nights of Terror. So it's not rotating this year. These buffs, instead of having them rotate, these are active at all times. Experience, magic find, and just terror zones nonstop. Why don't you guys let me know in the comments what you think about that? Yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm not sure. Boring, boring, boring. Doesn't work single player. Nope, no single player here. Yeah, that just sounds less exciting. It really does. It really does. Huh. Alright, well, I don't know. Is what it is, I guess. Here, I don't usually do this, but I think I'm going to record a quick video and upload it real quick. I don't usually do this, but I think I'm going to right now, so I'm going to be jumping into YouTube video voice here in a second. Yo, welcome in. Now, I have some news for you. You read it right here. 22 Nights of Terror holiday event. A lot of people have been asking me about it. A lot of people have been long awaiting for this to return. The main one that I've been hearing people wanting to do is the gambling, where you just can get unlimited gold over and over again. People love that gambling thing. So let's go ahead and read down here the important parts of the 22 Nights of Terror. So it's going to be coming, but there's a mega oof here right in the middle. Mega oof. You let me know down in the comments what you all think of this. But this year, instead of having the buffs rotate through the event, these will be active at all times during the 22 Nights of Terror, enhancing the holiday slaying with the following splendor. So instead of it having rotating all these different things, they're only having 3 different things. You see them listed right here, and they're going to be all the time. We have a heartwarming experience. Terror zones grant an additional 25% experience bonus. Heroes gain an additional 250 magic find. And the 19 popular terror zones will be all day, which this is going to be the entire time. So apparently just these 3 are going to be up all the time instead of rotating through all the different things, instead of having where one time they had it to where you could change into the werewolf on any character at any time, or the gambling thing like I mentioned earlier. They're not going to do any of that. They're just setting these 3 things and they're just kind of calling it a day. Let me know in the comments of this video right here what you think of that, but I think that's a little bit of a misstep on my part, but I don't know, maybe that's some more work for them. I don't want to really put too many excuses for them, because I think this is actually a little bit of a loss for the D2R community, but at least we got these terror zones just all the time. But if you are interested in this, this is December 16th from 11 a.m. to January 7th, PST. So look accordingly for what time that's going to be for your Terror Zone. But hey, that's when the 22 Nights of Terror is the news finally dropped. What do you all think of this? I say that's a great video. That was a great video, don't you say? Just a quick hitting news, bing, bang, boom, you know? I think that was great. What do you guys think? What a pro. That was good delivery too. Usually I have to do a take or two, but that was great. I feel like I just nailed it. 10 out of 10. See, there was times before where people are like, oh man, I like the way that you write your videos and it must take you forever to write that to have everything so smooth. And I was like, I don't write out a script. What are you talking about? I just talk. Sometimes I cut parts out and I re-say it, but I don't write anything. Where was I? Ah, right here. I'm just gonna assume the video is great. Do I need to proofread it at all? Let's see. Yo, welcome in. Now I have some news for you. You read it right here. 22 Nights of Terror holiday event. A lot of timely drops. What do you all think of this? Oh, it's just great. Just great. I just got a few things I'm gonna do here. And I gotta make a thumbnail. Hey, you guys can see how I make thumbnails. Boop. Let's just go. I'm gonna go ahead and save and exit this because I'm gonna pull up YouTube shock face thumbnail. Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. Just super quick. I need to. Oh, I closed it. Devastating. I need to take a screenshot of that. And wait, where'd it go? Super quick. There's some stuff that I kind of do in the background here. I know not the most enthralling at the moment, but boop. Boop. Close that. Open this. Where is this? And we want to go to. Yeah, nothing over here that's too big a deal that you guys doesn't matter if you see it. Good old DaVinci Resolve. Detour video thumbnail. Yeah, Bojangles. It's definitely not gonna be on single player. Get rid of this one. I kind of use the same. And actually, yeah, this is my video editing software, but I make my thumbnails in here too. So. Big letdown. Arrow. Gotta have the arrow. This is how the magic is made, fellas. Go like this. I changed my mind on the size here. Let's go crop it from the right. Move it up. Actually, let's go like this. I like it actually above. We'll have a different background. Effects, favorites, drop shadow. Maybe we'll do without the red arrow, huh? Nope. Hit the wrong button. Now we need a YouTube shock face thumbnail. Let's see here. Let's see. Zoom this out. Here. This one? The bad thing is in these pictures, I look younger because these are from like 5 years ago now. How about... Let's see. I'll find a good one. Questioning? No. Maybe. Hold on. Why are these not showing up right now? Yeah, let's go with this one up here. Let's go with... Yo, that's the one. That's the one, fellas. Yep. Whoopsie. A lot of wrong clicks on my part. Now I need a background. I use that one too much. Let's go with this one. Blur. Where's the blur at? Gaussian blur. Whoop. What do you guys think? Lies. That's not what you did when you saw it earlier. True story. Ban me for hating? They can't do that. Send it. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, right? Okay. I'm just gonna jump back over here real quick just so you don't see a couple other things I'm about to do. Can't trust you guys. Let's go video back. This is more entertaining. Slightly more entertaining. Don't usually do this. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. You guys see a little bit of how some of the stuff is done. Sort of interesting, right? I don't have a news channel. We'll leave that there. We'll go D2R. Monetization on. Ads every 10 seconds. Submit. Yes. I'm joking, by the way. You can't put ads in a video this short. Boom. No issues, details. And just to double check real quick. I didn't misread any of this, right? Sometimes I think maybe I make sure I don't misread something here. It's only doing these three things. So it's not rotating and has these three things active all the time. I'm not like misunderstanding this at all, right? If this came with a season reset. Oh, if the season reset and you got extra experience in these terror zones all the time. Reading it the same way as I did. Okay, I'm just making sure before I upload because I tend to overlook things sometimes. And if I don't do everything perfect, then I'm, an idiot. Yeah, because for those type of things too, anything news related like that, if you get the first one out, you'll get like 3 times as many views as if you upload it in like an hour. So, which means instead of making like $7, I'll make like $20 on that video. Jordan said I'd start a new season if that's what they did for the 22 Nights of Terror. Sounds like everybody would like those bonuses for the new season, I guess, huh? Be right back. A new Sweet Phil video just dropped. Ooh. Yeah, maybe. See, it all worked out. Because I decided to stream today, I could get live updates from you guys about when something launched, and then I could make a little video that I can upload and make a couple cents of ad revenue on. So hopefully that gets like 150,000 views. You guys are too funny. I wonder how the YouTube grant algorithm is similar to the D2 grind. Oh, the YouTube grind similar to the D2 grind? Very much different. Nothing similar in any way. Yeah, maybe I will. I do that. A bunch of people went and liked it. Nice. All right, guys. Enough with these jokes. Y'all are jokesters here. Jeez. These guys, lightning res is too high. Jokes, jokes, jokes. Is letdown supposed to be one word? Did I mess that up? Oh boy. Is this true? Can anyone confirm? Is letdown one word or two? That's an easy mistake, am I right? Let's see what the Google machine says. Is letdown one word or two? Well, I typed it as two words, so. 2 words. See? See, what I should have done, though, is went huge letdown. You know, I should have made the huge or big letdown. I should have made that like big. Rage bait farming. Hey, I don't decide what people click on, okay? Not my fault. If I made it 22 Nights of Terror announcement and it got the same number of views as huge letdown, then I would do that. But unfortunately, you get 3 times as many views when you do that. It has to be the most exciting thing ever or the most outrageous thing ever. That's the only thing. 2 or 3 times as many views. I didn't design the world we live in, I just live in it. Lutgelain sewers. 2 words like ogre. That makes sense. That makes sense. Letdown is actually 4 liters. I like that one. It's so stupid that it's hilarious. Yeah, it is quite the letdown. I mean, there's no joke there. Like, I'm not even rage baiting. I'm just being honest. See, I'm even, like, disappointed because not even that I loved the gambling. I didn't like the gambling, really. I was more, I don't know, like, super excited, but I was more excited for, like, how I mentioned when I recorded that video about, like, there was that one where anybody could be the werewolf in any time. They had that one thing. I was kind of excited for that. You know, you trade for a token, respec your Sorc into full enchant, and then you're like a Fury Druid, you know, like, or something. A Fury Sorceress, like, I don't know, like, you know, you get what I'm saying? Like, I was excited for some, you know, weird stuff like that or something. Every character gets a level 15 conviction for 24 hours or something, like, you know. Everyone got teleport. Yeah, there you go. Precisely. You're on top. You're nailed exactly what I was thinking there, Smokes. He must be immune to lightning or something. Oh, well. I feel like... Huh. They must have just nobody to do... They must have nobody, like, assigned to work... to do anything for D2R, I'm guessing. They must have took some guy and they're like, hey, you have... like... you know, today to figure something out for this 22 Nights of Terror. So you have 8 hours, figure it out. And he's like, okay, well, I mean, if it's just today, like, I can't change, like, set all the different days and for changing and what they're going to be. Like, no, like, today, figure it out. And he's like, okay, I guess I'll program it to do this real quick. You know, that must have been how it went. I don't know. I wouldn't say that Smurfs doesn't even play D2. I bet you he did/does. I mean, do they anymore? I mean, I don't know, but I bet you he's not working on Diablo 2 full time. I bet you it's like, you know, he's working on a lot of other things, and then he's also the guy that they, hey, something for D2, we need you to do this. I don't know this for a fact. I'm just talking, you know, this is just how it seems to me. They do a little bit of stuff. Like, I know that you guys wouldn't see it, but being part of the Diablo Partner Program, there is at least somebody. They just did some stuff with some server issues that like, it didn't really do anything for me, but like, I guess the European servers were like real rough for a while, and they supposedly fixed something with that. Like, they do things here and there, but it doesn't seem as though Diablo 2 is the main concern for Blizzard / Microsoft, which, are we shocked? They sell it for $12.97, so they're not exactly making a ton of profit off of it anymore. Yeah, the three buffs are like, if they were going to do something like this, it's the best choices, but it's not exciting. It's cool, I guess, you know. I would say if 22 Nights of Terror had never happened before, and this was the first time they did it, and that's what it was, we would all be like, ah! You know. But because it was stuff that we thought was, like, more exciting before, now it seems worse. No doubt. I fully, that's what I think it is. But like, imagine 22 straight days of all the best Terra zones all the time. Like, oh, that's actually crazy, by the way. Having the best Terra zones, like, literally, it's going to be 22 straight days, 24 hours. Every day for an entire month of TZ Andy. I mean, that's pretty crazy. The only thing is that you can't change the player's count online, so you'll have to do split MF. Like, one person does TZ Andy, one person goes and does TZ Meth. Or maybe, like, have one guy do TZ Meth, TZ Andy, and then, like, the other people run Chaos. Like, half the people run Chaos, half the people do the Bell Run or something. Like, however you decide to split it, but it'd have to be, like, about appropriate sized length runs, I mean. Maybe someone runs Eldritch and Shank and Pindle or something, and then somebody runs TZ Andy and Meth, and then, you know, the other 6 people clear Chaos or something. Yeah, the thing is, too, though, like, I don't know how much that's really going to pull me over to play online, to be perfectly honest. I guess maybe I will. I would say this. If I hadn't found Tyrael's Might yet, I would probably just stay on single player, to be honest. Or maybe I would hop over and do that, but I would like split MF where I would just run non-stop TZ Andy. That's probably what I would do, actually, now that I think about it. I would get all y'all fellas to help me out and hop into my game and split MF, and I would blast TZ Andy Meth until I got Tyrael's Might. I just got the best idea I've ever had. I'm not telling you what it is either. Bots are gonna have a field day. Nobody say it out loud too, because some people might be able to say it. So a few declones a day would be nice. I think they already have a few declones every day, like right now, don't they? Isn't that pretty much just how online is all the time? Oh, ow. They did it to bait the bots. Yeah, just a mass blocking campaign. Uh-oh. How do you find so many perfect sunders? Play for a very long time. But yeah, I mean, I probably find... I mean, Sunder Charms they just fall all the time, so... I mean, I don't know. When I play online, I don't have nearly as many, but... When you play single player for, like... You know... 3 years on one account, you know? You end up just having a whole bunch of them. I would say I probably find one perfect Sunday on single player. I probably find one or two a month, to be honest. Maybe more than that. Maybe 3 or 4 a month. But I'm playing on players 7 all the time, and well, not all the time, but 2/3 of the time. Yeah, so Alex, on offline single player, 7 and 8 have the same drop rates. Yeah. You do get slightly more experience, but... Oh, wait a second. I didn't realize that was official. I didn't realize... Oh. I forget who it was. Was it Chicho talking about Philip Rivers earlier? I didn't realize he literally joined the team. I just looked at my phone and seen the update. I thought they were like talking to him, but I was like, how could that possibly happen? I just looked and seen that they literally signed him to play. Philip Rivers is now once again in the NFL, playing quarterback for the Colts. Oh my God. What a joke, dude. Man, it's crazy that they keep drafting these quarterbacks every year, and there's these new young guys and this and that, and they all stink, and they would rather sign 50-year-old guys rather than play these young guys. Why can newer players just not be good at football? I don't get it. Crazy. Crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, Flacco, Grandpa Rivers. I know, right? There's got to be there is some ridiculous stat to go along with this. The first time ever there's been 3 quarterbacks starting in the NFL that were the age 38 or higher or something. Even though Flacco's not starting anymore, I guess. But the most number of gray-haired quarterbacks in the NFL at the same time or something. I mean, Stafford's like 36 or 7 too, right? So, or is he 30? I think he's 36, is he? I don't remember. But he's got half gray hair. Like, Brady coming back. Hey, he might as well at this point. Okie. Yeah, maybe. It does seem like a little bit of I think with it having so many different 22 Nights of Terror events the other years, and then now it's just like, oh, these 3 all the time. Bye, guys. It's a little bit of a letdown. I think so. Foosball, not the devil. No way. Football's best. Philip Rivers still trying to get Tyrell's might. Nice. That can't be true. That is crazy. I don't know if I'm more shocked when I found Tyrell's might or the fact that Philip Rivers is back in the league. Oh yeah, level incoming. Good call. He must have had some kind of lightning immunity. Oh, the Merc wasn't close enough to him. To give me the conviction aura. Don't die. It's no big deal if I do. What's another level gonna do for me, right? So it seems like kickers are far more inconsistent. I don't know. The thing is, what could lead to that? I mean, obviously the extra points are what? They're 37 yards now or something, right? Whoopsie. So you automatically have these 30+ yard kicks for extra points instead of kicking it from the 2-yard line, right? Because what isn't it? Don't they back it up to 35 and they kick it after that, or at the 30? I don't remember. But and also they're attempting oh, like, remember when kicking a 50-yard field goal or over was like, oh, they're going to go for the field goal. Now it's like 54 yards. It's like, there's a, you know, he's going for a 54, you know, it's like no big deal. You're gonna pick up Old Man Rivers? Nice. Yeah, I freaking stink at fantasy football. This week, me and the guy that were both like fighting for the final playoff spot were playing each other, and I freaking lost. My team stinks. But it's because I mean, Bijan Robinson got me 8 points, and Trey McBride got me like 8 points. Like, what are you doing? God, so lame. So lame. If those two would have just gotten what their projection was, I would have won. But, you know, I mean, that's not how fantasy football works. Of course they didn't, so here I am. So, it is what it is. Fishaholic hates the new kickoff that the NFL does. Honestly, in my opinion, I wish they would just get rid of kickoffs, to be perfectly honest. Just get rid of it. Just take the ball on like the 20-yard line or the 25-yard line or whatever yard line you want it to be, and just go. Like, don't even waste the time anymore. Like, I know like 1 out of every 250 kicks gets returned like back or something, but like, I don't care. Like, just the thing is too is that doesn't do anything for your fantasy football team, so I don't really get rid of it. Maybe people are playing in those rare kick return yardage leagues, but Abraka just read it. No gambling. Yeah, yep, true story. They're just having those 3 things just be up for the whole time. So Jalen Hurts ended with 0.4 points. That's crazy. Yeah, he's been having a rough year, huh? He's been having a rough year. Where to find Trang's gloves? Boy, I don't know. You could probably get those from Nightmare Meth. I would say in the first place, I would say run probably Hell Andariel. It's super easy, or like Motrick Mephisto. But you can find those just about everywhere. Many first round busts as Brandon. Brutal year. RNG in real life. Yeah. Yeah, my fantasy team this year for my keeper league, which, man, Brian Thomas Jr. I had 3 keepers. Brian Thomas Jr. He came into the year with a broken hand, apparently, that he didn't tell the team about. Thanks, dude. And after he healed up with that, he ended up, what, a hamstring injury? Was out for like 3 weeks? Thanks, guy. Then he came back from that, and he not lost his job, but they traded for Jacoby Myers because they were like, well, we can't trust this guy. So now he's like, I would say at best case, you could call it splitting with Jacoby Myers, like wide receiver 1A, 1B. Like, God. Then I had my other keeper was Malik Neighbors. What, first or second game of the year, tore his ACL out for the season? Cool. My other keeper was Bijan. He's been pretty good. He has dumb Tyler Algier stealing his carries. Quarterback, I went a little high on quarterback because I thought I got super lucky with my keepers and who I drafted early. So I took Jaden Daniels. That worked out great for me. Good old troll nest. Can we get 3 sockets in this sucker? No, 2 sockets. Who else did I have that got hurt? I had a couple other smaller, like less serious pieces get hurt too, that like out for the year. I forget who. Oh, I took a couple chances on. I took Aaron Jones and what's his name? Of course, neither one of them will sit out ever, apparently. Thanks, you know. I was thinking Aaron Jones at his advanced age was going to get hurt, but of course he just like gets hurt and just never sits down. Bum. So anyways, here we are. Let's see, what are we doing here? Burst of speed? I mean, we're already at this. What did I do with my other points? Those are maxed. What am I going to do with this? I guess burst of speed because I use it all the time. It just so happened these fell exactly full. Yeah, burst of speed it is. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. I don't want to look. What else did I... Who else got hurt on my team here? There was a few things that I made picks that just didn't work out too. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. But yeah, Terry McLaurin was hurt all year. Xavier Worthy has done nothing all year. Tyron Tracy got hurt and lost, and then because he was hurt, Cam Scattaboo came and took his job, and then he was sitting for a long time. That was lame. Well, if you're a Cam Scattaboo owner, not so much. But Tracy ended up losing his job because he got hurt. Brent, well, that's not really so much. Yeah, and then after that, we're talking like we're looking in the double-digit rounds, like those you're trying to hit on. I hit on nobody late. Just bad luck. I guess I'm just not good at playing fantasy football. That's what it is. I don't know. I should have known Malik Neighbors was going to get hurt, and that Brian Thomas was going to get hurt, and that Jane Daniels was going to get hurt, and that Terry McLaurin was going to get hurt. Should have known. And then I was in the last matchup of the year. I was almost in the playoffs. So make it interesting. Oh, I didn't see that Fishaholic from a second ago. You said start on the 1 yard line so people get safeties all the time. I don't know about that. But Jingle said your best player HN. Man, if as soon as after the draft, everybody in the league's like, "Oh my god, dude, I don't even know how you ended up with these people on your team. Like, you're gonna be a problem this year." And then like 3 weeks into the league, everyone's like, "Ha ha 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 ha." Literally within the first 3 weeks, Neighbors gone. Brian Thomas had been dying, and then we found out that he lied about having a wrist injury. He hid it from the team. Daniels was hurt. McLaurin was hurt. Like, oh my god. You got stupid Tyler Algier stealing touchdowns from Bijan. At least I'm not a Colts fan. Hey, you guys were doing good for a while. The Lions haven't been up to snuff so much this year. The crazy thing is that the Lions last year, which the Lions made it into the playoffs a little bit anyways, they were the #1 team in the league for having the most games missed due to injury. This year, they're the second highest team with games missed due to injury. So 2 years in a row, they're essentially have had the most injuries on their team in the league. Crazy. Just crazy. I wish I could remember the number. Last year they had something like, there's only 4 guys on the defensive line. They had like 15 guys on IR that were defensive line players. Crazy. The reason the Lions were top tier is because that guy's in Chicago now. But I think he added something to the team, but I don't think without him it's like we're dead, we're toast. That's not. I think the guy calling the plays before, the offensive coordinator, was garbage. The guy we had this year. Dan Campbell is astronomically better. I think Ben Johnson was probably better than Dan Campbell. But do I think he's the only one? No. I think Chicago is not terrible, but I think they have, the easiest record in the NFL this season? Yeah, they play the Lions and the Green Bay, of course, which are good teams, but, I'm pretty sure last year they had a really hard schedule, and because they did so bad last year, the way that works in the NFL, you have if you do good, you get a hard schedule. If you do bad, you get an easy schedule. So the Lions have like a top 10 hardest schedule, and the Bears have like a top 5 easiest schedule. But yeah, the Colts. It is a weird look having signing 44-year-old Phillip Rivers to the Colts right now. I'm gonna be honest. Gonna be honest. Oh, Don Funk up here a minute ago. What are the charms I got? These are all skillers. These are all trap skillers. And then Torch and Annie and everything. I got pretty much everything that you want to look for, yeah. Yeah, this Assassin is pretty much the best gear you can get. I mean, not literally, you can have better percentages and stuff, and there's a couple things that people would argue, like, oh, well, technically you want to have a 6 lightning trap claw with 2 facets in it, and then you want a Jeweler's Monarch of deflecting with 4 perfect facets in it, or something. Yeah. But, yeah. Jordan said he was signed to the practice squad. Well, yeah, but you have to sign whatever the legalese behind it is. I'm not exactly sure, but they always sign the guys to the quote-unquote practice squad first, and then they start them. They did the same thing with Flacco. That's how they do it with everybody that they sign off the couch like that. I'm not sure exactly why. I think just in case, the reason they do that is because in case they like fail their physical, or in case they just aren't ready to play the first week. If they're on the practice squad, if you bring them on the actual squad, you have to cut somebody else because you can only have 53 people. But if they're on the practice squad, you can wait till the last second and go, okay, we're bringing them up, and then just cut some random special teamer or something, right? So, Scott, yo, welcome in. Rivers probably has 2 torn Achilles. I mean, would that slow him down at all, or would nobody even notice, really? Because he's 100. Ah, somebody just hit me with an arrow pretty aggressively. Man, I don't know what I'm going to do this week, too. Because I'm out of the playoffs, like, they quote-unquote give you a bye week the first week, so I don't even have a lineup to worry about setting or anything. And in this Keeper League, I have to sort of pay attention, because if I get last place, there's a huge difference between getting last place and getting, like, the best record and not being in the playoffs. Because if you miss the playoffs, we do a reverse order for the draft picks, reverse order of who didn't make the playoffs. So if you get 7th place in the league, you get the first pick. The last place person gets like the latest pick in the first round relative to everyone else who missed the playoffs. Also, if you get last place, you have to do one of the stupid punishments. And everybody in the league comes up with a punishment, and you have to pick from one of the punishments of one of the people who missed the playoffs. And I don't know what exactly they are, and I don't want to, either way, I don't want to do them. I guarantee one of them's stupid, like one of those stupid idiot ones, like sit in a Waffle House for 24 hours or something. Where it's like these people think we don't have like kids and stuff that we, you know. But yeah. Nightbot, yo, what's going on? Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, fellas. Good point on that one. You too, make sure you hit that like button for me. Jordan said I won't do any leaks with the punishment. Yeah, I kind of didn't want to, sort of, but I tell them every year how stupid it is, and then I like try to force a vote to get rid of it, but they all are like super on board with it for some reason. Honestly, 100% though, if I was in last place and I got the punishment, and there were like 3 punishments that were like ridiculous, I would just quit the league. I'd just be like, I'm not doing those. They're like, well, even if you quit, you lost, you have to do the punishment. I'm like, no, I'm not doing them. I'll just never talk to you guys again. It's fine. I would just not do it, yeah. Martin, I've done some stuff kind of like that before with the Frenzy Merc and whatnot, but I don't know. I'm like, anytime you're an elemental damage dealer, I can't really justify ever going with the Act 5. The only time I personally ever use the Act 5 is when I'm a faux pally, because, I mean, realistically, like, you know, you don't really need the conviction or on a faux pally, you know what I mean, from the Infinity, so you can do it there. But that's the only time I do it. Personally. White Choco. Appreciate the vid yesterday and your vid. I made a mistake with my Merc, helm, weapon, and prayer. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I remember you asking some stuff about it, saying it wasn't working out and you couldn't figure out why. Yeah, that mega have to have it set up like that. So I'm glad it's working for you. Still growing out his beard. As the punishment or like currently? Because right now, no. The wife don't like it anyways, but I don't even know what the punishments are that I would have to choose from, to be honest. I don't even remember what punishment I threw out there that people had to do. I honestly don't remember. Punishments are so stupid in fantasy football, just so stupid. Like, I think if someone likes punishments in fantasy football, I automatically just know you're dumb. You're an idiot. Instantly, I know it. No offense if you like punishments in fantasy football, but with all due respect, if you like punishments, you're an idiot. With all due respect. With all due respect. All right, maybe I'm being a bit hyperbolic here. Maybe I'm being a little over the top. Don't come in last. Well, it's not this. When I took over a keeper league a few years back, and I literally, I had to decide what 3 people I was going to keep from this team I took over. This team literally, I ended up keeping Justin Herbert after his rookie year because there was just nobody. He had all these guys on his team, whoever I was taking over for, that weren't even in the league anymore. I'm like, and he didn't trade his guys for draft picks either. He made no trades for draft picks, and he had nobody on his team who was any good. So like, there's these 3 or 4 teams that are just always in first because their keepers are like, there's one team, their keepers are Christian McCaffrey, like Jonathan Taylor, and like Jamar Chase. I kid you not. And stuff like that. And like, what do you do with that? Yeah, I came in and I drafted a bunch of young guys, and now I got some keepers who I thought were going to be good. Hey, I thought Bijan was going to be a great keeper. He's kind of good. This is like his 3rd year by now. Cool. Malik Neighbors, I thought he was going to be a good keeper. Blew out his leg. I thought Brian Thomas was going to be a good keeper. Oh, wait, he lied about having an injury. Like, you know, you don't have these sustained guys who are just good every single year. You know what I mean? Like these other teams do. They'll never trade him, you know, like what do you do, right? I gotta like nail these like late round guys who just end up popping off and not getting hurt. Like, I don't even know who. I don't know. Excuses, I know. It is pretty frustrating. I'll be honest. If you can't tell by me whining and complaining about it constantly, but I guess I just got to do better. The first couple years I didn't realize, but now I actually realized a better strat on what I need to do in this Keeper League. Draft picks are worthless in this Keeper League. Literally worthless. You're better off just like hoarding people and letting them go to into the draft instead of trading them away for picks, because that way people will have to draft. We'll end up drafting people even if you don't want them, and then you can take the people that you actually want. Because with the people keeping their keepers, essentially a first round pick is the equivalent of like a 4th or 5th round pick in a normal league, which is worthless. Just worthless. Not to mention, if you trade somebody to a team for a first round pick, like hypothetically, if I was losing and I didn't want to keep Trey McBride, we'll say, so I trade Trey McBride to a team for a first round pick. Trey McBride's awesome into a onesie slot, which is going to mean he's going to perform better his team, which means his pick is going to get worse and worse if I trade him a good player. So really, there's almost no benefit to trading for draft picks, and I just realized that this year. I did it every other year, and I'm not doing it again. What you need to do, if anything, is you need to trade. If you're doing bad, you have to trade your players and maybe even some picks to upgrade a keeper for next year. Is the main thing you need to do. I'm not very good at trading, but I need to figure it out. That's what I need to do. Fantasy footballers, I do a little bit, not too often as much anymore. The fantasy football people, it's nonsense to listen to them anyways. Almost all of them are like, they just follow like the same projections that everybody else has. You can watch anyone's channel, they all have the exact same projections. Or maybe they swap like Puka and like Amon-Ra St. Brown or something on their projections, but that's it. Besides that, they're all the same. So. Joining your 2 quarterback league after injuries, you got effed over. That can happen for sure. Yeah, injuries got me too. Yeah, so it's all the same analysis, just how they present it. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah, just their personality or talking style in the video, but it's all the same numbers and everything. Yeah. Pretty much, if they're really, every once in a while there's a slight difference, and I'll watch them and listen, kind of like entertainment at the gym or something, and I try to listen for what they are actually different on, because there's almost nothing that people are different on. And if there's something people are different on, I listen to the reason why they're different, and then I kind of take that into consideration. But for the most part, it don't matter. Everyone doesn't know what they're talking about. They're always wrong, so it's whatever. Stroud and Daniels. Ooh, yeah. Then you had Dart. Yeah, I had Daniels and I had Drake May. And then when Daniels got hurt, I actually picked up Jackson Dart as like a backup. This league, every year it's a little bit different, but this league you like have to have 2 quarterbacks or you'll just be like effed, because sometimes people it depends on the year, but some years they'll stream quarterbacks. And teams will have like 4 quarterbacks on their team. And you're like, and they have their like matchups lined up. Also for this league, I discovered this year too. You have to have multiple defenses, because this team, essentially every year, there's at least 4 or 5 teams that pick up 2, 3, or even 4 defenses. And they'll have their next 4 weeks of like good matchups. Defenses, you know. So I had to start doing that this year, where I was you know, I have this week's defense and I have to pick up next week's defense, and then before the week starts, I have to think about like moving somebody or cutting somebody so I can pick up a defense for the 3 weeks ahead of now, so you can have a defense to start. It's crazy. Punishment should have to be, you have to go volunteer at this humane society. Yeah, I might, if someone picks my punishment, I don't remember what my punishment is for this year, but yeah, I always make punishments that aren't crazy. So every year, whoever gets last place, if I'm not in the playoffs and they can pick mine, they always pick mine, because I don't want to pick some ridiculous punishment to try to, like, I don't know, some of their punishments are just ridiculous. Ethereal? No. But hey, rib cracker's a good item. From the goat down here himself too. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, if someone picks mine this year, the new punishment I'm gonna have for next year is, for someone that would have to pick, is I was gonna put the punishment being, before next season, you have to lose X amount of weight. I think I was going to do percentage of body weight. Like, you have to lose 7% of your body weight or reach 20% body fat by BMI or something like that. Like, something that's, like, obtainable for people, you know? And if you don't, you have to, like, I don't know. Like, what would happen if you didn't do it? I don't know. If you didn't reach it. Vote for the benches to be smaller. Yeah, this league has eight-man benches too, instead of like the regular league is 6. It has 8-man benches, and it has 2 IR spots, and you can put people that are out, you know, with an O. You can put people who are out in the IR slots. So, but also, it is a 10-man league, so like. Jordan said being forced to start 2 QBs in a 10-team league is rough. Yeah, my freaking my wife is in this work league. It's a 14-person super flex. It's crazy. So super flex means you have to start a quarterback, but if you can't get a quarterback, you can start a different position too. So it's essentially 2 quarterback. Not literally, but almost. Have to start smoking to lose weight. Ooh. Dressed over a lady, says Alex. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Well, I mean, at least you lost the weight. So that's good. But probably. That's a good one. I might steal that one, Fishaholic. If you get last place, you have to volunteer a full day at the Humane Society. How about that? One quick sec here. Alrighty. We only got to 81 likes today. Bro, what are you guys even doing with your lives? You bums. I'm half kidding. But, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off, call it a day on the stream. It's not my usual stream day anyways, but I decided to go ahead and do it. So, that's what I decided to do today. But, we're gonna call it a day. I want to thank you all for joining me. Thanks for watching the videos and stuff on the channel. It means a lot, hitting the like button, all that good stuff. So, yeah, that being said, peace out. And keep slaying. Oh, yeah.